Hello guys, this is onlyabidoang and today I'm going to show you this really useful mod called the T.O.O.L or T.O.O.L mod, which stands for Takes Objects Off Lot. This mod, created by Twisted Maxi, lets you put objects outside of the lot boundaries. But it's not just that, there are still a lot more to it which I'll explain later in the video. To install this mod, be sure that you've turned on mods and script mods in the settings of the game. And then make sure that your game is already updated to the latest version. Next, go to the mod link that I've put in the description, scroll down until you find this download link, click on these package and TS4 script files. This other one is optional though, use this if you want to skip entering the cheat, and move all of the files you've downloaded to Documents, Electronic Arts, The Sims 4 and then the mods folder. Now with the installation instructions already out of the way, let's see how this mod works. First of all, to get this mod to work, if you didn't download the optional file that I've said earlier, you need to press Ctrl plus Shift plus C to open up the cheat bar and type in this cheat code, testing cheats space on. Press enter after that to activate the cheat. Now I'm gonna talk about one of the main features of this mod, which is to place objects outside of the lot. You have to start by Shift plus left clicking on said object, choose the tool category, and then choose Toggle Active Object to select the object you want to edit. The corresponding object will then turn green as a way to tell that it's being selected. Now Shift plus left click on the area where you want the object to be, choose Tool Options, and then click on Move Active Objects here. Finally, the object will then be transported into the destined area. From there, you can move the objects to other places as long as it's still active. If you're already satisfied with the final placement, you can click on the Toggle Active Object again to deselect the object. So yeah, there you go. Now you can place objects literally anywhere, be it in the middle of the road, on top of a lighthouse, or even at the bottom of the sea. But as I said before, this is not the only amazing feature of this mod. First, you can elevate particular objects by Shift plus left clicking on the object, choose Tool, and choose Elevate. After that, pick a value regarding the height. Let me give you an example of how high it is if the value is 1. Yeah, so inputting 1 will give you that amount of elevation. Now let's try inputting higher values like 5 for example. Yeah, that's pretty high. Also, keep in mind that decimals and negative values are also accepted. Next is the Move feature. It's pretty much like the Move Active Object interaction that I've already talked about before, except that this one is more precise. Once you try to move an object, several grids with 2 colors will appear around the object. All you need to do is to pick any value for the X and Y coordinate. Here, the green line represents the X-axis, while the red line represents the Y-axis. You can change the color for the lines which I'll explain later. So for example, if you input 3 for the X and 1 for the Y, the object will move 3 squares of the green line and 1 square of the red line. Again, decimals and negative values are also accepted. After that, I wanna talk about the rotate feature. If you do it on an object, you can choose any angle for the object to be rotated. So if I enter the value 90, the object will be rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise. You're also able to input decimals and negative values as well. Anyway, you might notice a circle appearing around the object when rotating. It's there to show which axis it's currently on. You can change the axis by clicking here, in which the circle will change. And when you input another angle, the object will be rotated into that axis instead. There are 3 axes that you can use. To make the rotation back to normal, you can use the Reset Rotation option. With these 3 powerful features, you're able to place any objects into any position imaginable. You can make objects be upside down, float in the air, or something like this. Another useful feature from this mod is the Undo and Redo button. If you somehow made a mistake while moving objects, you can just Shift plus left click on the ground and choose Undo so the object will go back to the previous location. And if you want to cancel the undo that you just did, you can choose Redo. You might find that some of these abnormally placed objects cannot be used by Sims, so to be able for them to use it, have them interact with it first. Let's have this Sim use this treadmill for example. Then when they're using the object, start dabbling with the object's placement. So here I'm going to make this treadmill float and rotate it upside down, and after all that, the Sim will still be using the object. Ha! That stupid human statue busker has got nothing on me now. You might think that all these features can only be done on objects. Well, what if I told you that you can also do it on Sims? Just do the same thing like before, but target it on Sims, and you can change their position as well. And finally, there's also settings for this mod if you shift plus left click on the ground. From there, you can disable snap to terrain, so if you move something somewhere, it will retain its current height instead of being forced to snap into the ground. You can disable snap camera on move, so the camera will stay still when you use the move feature. You can disable the grids when using the move feature so that it will be replaced by these two lines axis instead. And you can change the color for the rotation axis and the X and Y axis here. So that is it for the T.O.O.L mod. This mod is really nifty in my opinion, especially for someone who likes to build and makes videos in The Sims 4. As always, the download link of the mod will be in the description. Thank you so much guys for watching this mod showcase. I hope that you click the like button below, and if you do like this video and want more, be sure to subscribe to my channel. See you later!